Greetings, traveler.
Here we go. Slider's on his quest for 20,000 MMR. He's got the anomaly where you have 3 chronums. We got Demon, Quillbore, Undead, Murloc, and Mix. Sire and ETC are both really fun, but Sire has some honestly power crept quests, and ETC is just good. So yeah, I think we're just going ETC. Reviewing Shady Bunny 2, Keck W. I mean, I do that after most losses, to be honest. I look at my game and see what I could have done. I like freezing lasso. Let's see if he does it here too, because on turn 3, you kind of want to hero power anyway. Yep. Nice. One of those things that you learn, you pick up while playing ETC. That's a 4/4 because they made it a 2/2 with the hero power. Because it's quite important that you find something to make your turn good, because you're going to want to invest 3 gold into hero powering, so then having guaranteed lasso is okay. Whereas if you wouldn't be ETC here and you would just freeze that lasso to make sure you can spend 5 gold, it's not worth it because you'll end up with 3 1-drops, which is not really good. But Sliders will get his buddy, and which might be a 1, but it's not a 1-drop really. Okay, so the opponent leveled. He does not have the lasso here. Oh, then again, is it... Which one is it? It's Finley, but what's his hero power? If it's Cookie, he does have a board. Then again, we're making this golden, so it doesn't matter. It's Reno, okay. So that's another quick little thing, right? He sees that the opponent went 3-on-3, so he doesn't have a board. So he doesn't have to lasso on the shop even, so he can just hold it. Wonder who we're watching. Yeah, it's a mystery. I still like hero powering here, yeah. 7-drop? Yeah. And then just... Yeah, I don't think you're selling, right? Kind of weird. ETC is okay with not power leveling. The buddies are just so good. The buddies are just so good. It's nicer to not have to skip a hero power turn. Sometimes you have so much money that you can actually hero power and level on this turn, but it's rare. You need to have a really good turn before, like, just get economy a bunch of it. So gets the level, gets the hero power. Ooh, these are both great. Voon Buddy gives you good value. He's quickly checking which buddies are in the lobby and if he wants to steal from them with the Scabs Buddy instead. But Voon not only has better stats, it also gives you more flexibility on what you're copying. So generally speaking, I like the Voon more. Next turn, you can just have a Time Warp, and then the Voon can copy the Time Warp. Isn't it always 3-on-3 with ETC? No, most of the time you hero power on turn 3. 3-on-3 was like the old meta, but during the World Championships and the qualifiers, the Chinese really showed that it's not bad to just hero power every turn. They had like really solid tempo boards with ETC, and it worked out super well for them. Also, some buddies got changed around. Rafan Buddy is now on tier 2, so... Chief's Guide says 3-on-3 with ETC. Look, is that bad? No, but at high MMR, it's no longer the common... Sorry, it's no longer the most common way to play. The most common way to play ETC is to hero power on turn 3. You can copy Evo here to get 2 Evos per turn. Alright, just go and Pillager. Oh, right, we have 3. I always forget. Yeah, so level... Sell hero power and see what happens. And copy Drippy, which is fun. And copy Baby Alec. That's tougher. Mechs are in, but there's no beatboxer guaranteed, right? You'd have to high roll it. Okay, let's kind of go for Baby Alec. Double Baby Alec. Okay, let's see how he uses this. All right, the Tomb guy is insane because you make it golden with Reno. Right. Of course, that's sick. Okay, so double Baby Alec. And then next turn, we pop the Evolve. Guessing. Yeah, 4 coins. That is nice. Okay, so maybe I'm thinking a bit too far ahead with the Baby Alec. And he's just going to use it for mid-game stabilization. That's what I always find so interesting watching Sliders games. I guess we put the 6/6 on the elephant here, right? Yeah, that's nice. There's some options, yeah. You just find a way, basically. It's also not Time Warp, Sneed Buddy. Ooh. So this one's tricky because he does have the magnetics here. But he also wants to evolve, but just gonna take his magnetics, have some fun with that. I guess he's going to... What's he goldening here? Wow, this is actually getting a little complicated. I guess he just makes the Sneed Buddy golden. There's Photobomber too. And he has a lot of coins, yeah. It's so quick how this just evolves into something quite difficult to follow. So Photobomber gives him tempo because he can make the Sneed Buddy golden by putting it in the back. And then it'll be a golden Sneed Buddy that copies Photobomber and whatever else. Oh, we're going for gold. Oh, really? I did not expect that. Isn't that... Oh, I guess he is scared that he's going to be too strong and the Sneed Buddy doesn't die. Doesn't Sneed copy before goldenizing though. Oh, yeah, I guess that doesn't do anything. You're right. Totally right. So he goes for the staffs instead of the coins then. Right. A Reno Buddy is actually not that good. You would have to get a Titus and then it becomes insane. Good spot, yeah. Could evolve that for Titus. Discover 6, I guess. Future Sight Buddy is not, bad, but it's kind of interesting. He still has these Zarella buddies that he can try to make something work with. There's a Felbor, and he does have a buffed shop, but he just sold his shop buffer. He doesn't have spell power, though, so... Okay. Trying to hit that Titus. Didn't get it. Going for 6s and some 5s, I guess. Well, that could have been a fun build with the spell power and the... So he has a Sneed Buddy. He's going to want to play around that Sneed Buddy, right? He's gonna roll here. Wow. This is so just like freestyle, if that makes sense. It's a very weird thing. Okay, so he makes golden tier 6 undead here just to stabilize. It also feeds the Alec, but then the Alec has been sold already. He's moving his Death Rattle around so that the Sneed Buddy doesn't copy the Reno Buddy here. So he wants to copy the Photobomber and the coin guy. My god. This is exactly where the average player just takes a fat 8. And not only the average player, I think good players too, where you are overwhelmed with options. You have this double Zarella Buddy in a mech lobby, but then it's not really working out, so he sells it. He rolled a bunch of 6-drops. He had spell power. He had a staff. He said, no, I'm skipping that. I'm playing this random undead because I can golden it and it makes my board a little stronger with tempo. And then I just hope that, I get a little bit of value and I stabilize here. And it is just enough, right? He's not taking damage. And then people that are just holding on for dear life on that... Ooh, he has a 3 Chronum here. That's so good to get the Chameleon too. So the people that are holding on to the Zarella Buddy combo here, they take damage and now they're below damage cap. And it's like, ugh. It's a tough life. He does get 10 extra here. So now he has time. He also has... He has Chameleon on top of Sneed Buddy now. And that Sneed Buddy, as I mentioned before, is an Ice target because it's not Time Warp Sneed Buddy. It's regular Sneed Buddy, which is a tier 4, which can get very confusing. Okay, he gets Hamul. And we're not leveling. We are specifically looking for a mech. I guess we just want more Photobomber. Or Reborn, I guess. Reborn and Photobomber. Still checking an undead. I mean, I guess you cast the spell. It's not bad here. Okay, sells Arena Buddy. He's getting completely out of the Zarella thing. So selling that now. I guess he could still play Weaver here if he gets that. Doesn't get it though. Yeah, this is really just like, okay, what are we doing here? We're casting spells and we're going to copy a bunch of Photobombers, it seems. Man, that spell is not bad to just buy, huh? That's 2 6-drops he got. There is his Weaver. And he does have the other 6-drop on the board. There's Drakari with the Foon Buddy, but that seems tough. He doesn't even have a target to copy it. We're going to squeeze in some oil here. Casting our spells. Yeah. And then he ends on the Voon. To next turn, copy the Chameleon. Oh my god, yeah. Wow. Well played. So he does this because it gives him enough tempo, being a hybrid between Undead and Photobomber. So that is just there to win the fight. He doesn't really have insane spell generation for either his Weaver or his Photobomber, but he just played enough to hopefully not take damage. And then because of that, he doesn't have to commit the Chameleon to the board, which means that at the end of next turn, the Wound Buddy is going to copy the Chameleon. He also has armor, so even if he loses next round, it's not the end of the world, which means he can then play 2 Chameleons on top of a Sneed Buddy, which is very likely going to end up golden because it is an ice target. And ta-da! All of a sudden you have 3 golden Sneed Buddies. Drakari would be good here. Drakari would be bad. You do not want to have golden Chameleon. You want to have 2 Chameleons instead. So we do not want Drakari. Okay, that is a 340 health demon, unfortunately. So we had a great setup, but the opponent just juiced too much here, which is going to make it more difficult now because we had that armor protection and we still aren't going to die next turn, but we don't want to go below cap while we are greeting this Chameleon. So awkward. It's just a big Urzel. Big Urzel is a dream killer in the mid game. That happens so often to me as well, where he just gets a big Urzel. He's not eligible for Ghost either, is he? Oh, he is. So he's on 4th, but he's tied with the AFK, it seems. That's why he can get a Ghost. Perobius is golden already, so he doesn't need eyes. He's checking if there's anything insane to steal. Like, did anyone have, like, Beatboxer maybe? There's an Apexis over there, but, I mean, golden Perobius is so amazing. Sorry, Perobius making golden Sneed Bunny is so amazing. Wow, goes against it. So he knows there's something insane on the board here. My god. He's got Reborn for his Photobomber too. Yeah, so he just wants to go Apexis. He's got Scouts that he can greet. Looks like he's just cycling it though. So he's not doing... Oh, he's just evolving? What's he looking for? Man, this is like so... Oh, he is going gems? Holy shit. Bro, this is so far above how I currently understand the game. Skipping the Probius, taking the Steel, and then we're gonna play gems from here. I see it now though, right? But I would have never seen it without him doing it. What he wants to do, I'm guessing, because now that he has the Crone on his board, it's like, I know for, well, not for sure, but quite likely. He wants to use the tier 7 undead. Tier 7 Quillbore. And the tier 7 Quillbore can then be copied by the Sneed Buddy, and he can then play double Chameleon, which essentially gives him a sick amount of gem scaling if he can find Titus. But I mean, like, who has that thought process from that position, right? Where he has Probius, he has Sneed Buddy that he can make golden, he has double Chameleon available for crying out loud. Like, who does not take the Probius there? Right? I'm not even saying it's like 100% correct that he does that. It's likely correct because it's sliders and he's like top 3 Europe right now. Oftentimes rank 1 Europe. So it's just... To do that in that position is kind of crazy. Really hunting for the Titus here, I'd imagine. Ooh, that's golden too. Oh, that's golden tier 7. Because it's any death rattle, right? It's not just it's not excluded for time warps. Okay, so he sells stuff here to get his triple. He's farming these tier 6 Quillbore things, I guess. Yeah. He does still have damage cap, which is quite important. So it's just about Titus, right? You saw him looking at his evolve because there's 3 4-drops there. Okay, I'm just gonna roll the dice for Titus here. Gets the eyes, so he gets everything now. This is so beautiful. Yeah, and now, you know, he skipped the Probius, but he's got the golden. Ooh, he's still gonna buy Photobomber? That feels like we're investing too much into it again. Like, what do I know? But we have Drakari with Charlie, but our board space is going to be so limited because we're going to play double Chameleon probably, right? So I guess he wants 3 little quills. That's the real deal, right? Because 3 little quills will be the second death rattle for the Sneed Buddy. And he has 3 Sneed Buddies here. Yeah. So he plays Chameleon. So he copies the Sneed Buddy, which will then copy Photobomber and the tier 7. So you can just end on Charlie. Charlie doesn't do that much. Ending on Photobomber. All right, we're copying Photobomber and the thing. Yep. Okay, cool. Yeah, it doesn't matter which Photobomber we copy. They both have about as much. I mean, yeah. So he has... Each one of those Sneed is 2 golden sanguines. It's so insane how from that position he just casually starts scaling his gems. Turn 10, he's like, you know what? I could just do it. Took a chance a bit on the Togwaggle buddy, right? There could have been like Beatboxer or something. Like a crazy tier 7 on someone's board. 2 4-drops and a 6. Sorry, I guess 2 5s and a 6. No Titus. It's just hit Titus at this point. Evolve again. Try to hit some more 4-drops. Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah, he's just hunting for Titus, you can tell, right? There it is. Okay. Wow, he took a lot of shots on target there. Checking the death rattle to see if it's Golden Photobomber or 3 Little Quills, I would imagine. Mainly 3 Little Quills, because he's going to have a lot of buffs with that. Then again, he has no Quillbort. That's the funny thing, right? But he would sell as Photobombers, so he could play Quillbor. He would have the Crone on the board at the very least. And I guess his tier 7 Quillbor would get buffed, but it's funny. So this is now the question he has to ask himself. Do I keep these Photobombers in the front and have a much better chance at winning this fight? Or do I move my Sanguine in front of one of the Photobombers? And then my Sneed buddies will also give me a ton of gems. So it's all about how comfortable he feels here. Looks like he does not feel comfortable. Again, this is one of those, like, the amount of restraint you need to have here is crazy. You just put down a Titus. You have 3 golden Sneed buddies. And you're just like, I'm going to copy the Photobomber. I mean, yeah. 100% loss, really? That would be so sad if we still lose here. That Quillbor was not moved to the front, right? No. Man. Oh. Losing all that scaling sucks so much, but we got a lot of bombs, right? Did the tracker calculate correctly? It looks like it did. We're almost there. No, we're fine. Tracker has a hard time calculating the Sneed buddies getting copied by Chameleon, I guess. I'm gonna give them a pass for that. That seems like it's a pretty fringe case scenario. Like, what do you mean you're not prepared for someone who has Photobomber, Golden Sneed Buddy, double Chameleon on the board? That's so standard. All right. Yeah, we just need 3 Little Quills. The moment we hit 3 Little Quills, we're gonna start copying the Sanguine again. Armor to try and live. Aw, this is so sad if we don't hit. He could actually do it now. This is so cool to see as well, because it's like, on one hand, it's risky gameplay, but it's also very strong, and he is being very disciplined here with skipping 1 turn of the gem scaling. So risky as in, you know, he had a Photobomber plan, but also he didn't have the spell generation, so it's likely correct what he's doing, right? He's just saying, hey, I need to go for a higher cap build than this Photobomber stuff because I don't have a lot of spell generation for these Photobombers, so it's not going to happen. So now we can sell both the Photobombers, which are, you know, not the strongest right now. I think he's going to hold eyes. Okay. I guess he can just move the Quillbor to the back and yeah, just... Oh, 3 Little Quill is going to be the Quill. Right, yeah, the Crone and the Quill are getting buffed here. And I guess as long as a tier 7 Sanguine doesn't die immediately, the Sneed buddies are going to start buffing the Sanguine too. That's so funny that 3 Little Quill is actually one of the Quillbor he's buffing. So Titus and then golden things. I wonder, what did he take this, the eyes for? Maybe a buddy? Another Sneed buddy, but he doesn't really have board space for that now, right? Yep. This is so many gems. Beautiful scaling. Please kill the Sneed buddy. Please, please, don't let my Titus suicide. Come on. Yes, thank you. Oh. 42 on the gems all of a sudden. Yeah, just like making the golden thing. Yeah. How was this intentional when he skipped Probius before finding the tier 7? Well, it's not intentional, as in he knew he was going to play Sanguine, but he wanted to go higher cap. So he used the Togwaggle buddy to see what the other people had, to steal something better from them, and to use Chameleons on that. Doesn't really need Reborn, just gets in the way. Spells. Discover Death Rattle. What are we looking for? Tier 6 spell? Oh, for Hamul, I guess. 2020 to play around bombs. Tier 5 is also pretty high likelihood. So I wanted to evolve spells here. And he's not going to go for Hamul. Wow. Freeze hero power for next turn. What was the idea there behind the spells? Just playing around Photobomber, I'm guessing, or Blaster or whatever. With damage cap, he could have sacked... Well, you can probably trust the intuition of, you know, the very often rank 1 Europe player. It's about what is your average return, right? Because he can go for he can go for all-in gem scaling, and then next turn not to roll 3 little quills, and then he loses, you know, 170 MMR or something. It's like, these guys get insanely punished for, like, a bottom 4. Pants on the tier 7 quill. That's not bad, yeah. Yeah, that gives him an extra quill guaranteed on the board to get buffed. Oh, bro, this is so satisfying. And it dies. 70 gems all of a sudden. Okay, so top 2. Presses the hero power button first, and then gonna get another one. See if he gets something unethical. Illidan's not awful, but... Oh wait, Illidan is awful. Because your chameleons won't transform in time. This is the guy that was bullying us earlier. Just feels hard for us to do any... I guess you could play Charlie for a turn now, yeah. So he sells the gem scaling because it's the last fight anyway. And now he's just gonna, you know, dot his I's, cross his T's, play around all the bullshit. He's gonna have, you know, he has 70 gems, and then he can just end on Charlie for a turn. And he's just using the foodies to generate gems so that he can put everything out of range so he doesn't randomly die to photobomber stuff. That's nice. So beautiful. Yeah, just realizing, like, hey, even though I have these sneed buddies and it's fun to buff my gems, I don't really do much with it. Freeze the Titus for next turn. Buy the Overconfidence. Overconfidence, like, doesn't do anything because if you win, he dies. But it's like a habit to buy it, I guess. It's also for fun. Yeah, this is not even close. Previous demon guy was bigger, right? Yeah. Revenge, Finley. I've come to avenge my previous life total. Brrr. A masterclass, really. 5,000 units here. The level of planning and insight there to go for the Sanguine is actually insane. It's a statement, yeah. It's overconfidence for next game, really. It's just saving money for next game. Start your next game with 3 extra gold. Let's go. GG, Mr. Sliders, as always. GG.